Hello everyone. So we are online and trying to look at Holly's account, see what we can improve or what we have improved already, and show you guys some things on the way. So let's wait and see who's online. Yo, Amy. Amy can't fly. Hopefully she can. Glad to have you here. We'll wait a couple of seconds, see who else is here. How are you doing, Amy? Hope you're doing well. The consistent events and tournaments are not killing you. Hope you can hear and see well. So, what's going on? Where's everyone? Great, great, great. Yeah, I enjoy cooking personally a lot. I always have a full fridge. So we'll wait a couple more minutes. Oh yeah, Bummer is here. Good to see you. We can start then. So, what I wanted to talk about actually is how to make use of free Regear events, especially now that we have it every month. And for your first couple times, maybe 3 times, it can uh, change your account hugely. Since all of us have been, from the first day that we started the game, have been just gearing champs, putting gear as much as we can, and then leaving it. Why? Because we're afraid of the silver cost. Just removing one set of gear from one champ can take almost 1.5 million. So that's what we have been trying to avoid. But during a free gear removal event, as it's called, we can really make use of it. So what I would suggest for your first couple of times is to actually strip each and every one of your champions. Literally each and every one, except maybe your clan boss champion, if you have been, especially if it is unkillable or block damage speed tune. And there's a very easy and fast way to do that, and that's by using our vaults, especially reserve vault. Since whenever, oh, let me see how the stream is going. I think we are having a problem in the. Oh, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, Holly has not been able to play regularly for a long while now. She has Python. Sorry, he has Python, but not Gnut or any of the champs that has been released the past year. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Guys, let me see. There's a small problem with the stream. As you know, this is my first time. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about it, and it seems that even though my internet connection is really good, it's not enough. Maybe if I just close this. No. So sorry. So I'm trying to see. Okay. So as I mentioned, yeah, that's 26k energy. We have 92 million silver, 17k gems, almost a full vaults of chunks, and lacking a lot of the champs of the last year. So, as I mentioned, by using uh, reserve vault, you could make a great use of it. For example, let's see, yeah, Valkyrie has a couple of gear on her that I definitely don't want, and I'll be selling it later. But if I did it on a normal timing, which is now, I would have to pay some things. Okay, for fully geared champion, that would cost me, let's see, 800,000 silver for just one champion. But during a free Regear event, I can just simply select all my champions and just move them to Reserve Vault. Sorry, not UDK, Valkyrie. So which are using moving them to the Reserve Vault. remove the gear that we have, and then just simply move back. Simple as that. Maybe do this for all your champion. Okay? So what we will do after that is do a gear cleanse, and a very strict gear cleanse, because we have been hoarding tons of horrible gear. So now we will go to our gears simply. For someone, let's say after 1 year, and they have been active. So let's assume that whole they have been active for 1 year or 1.5 years. Remove everything up to 5-star epic gear. Okay, so we'll say unless you have sunk great resources in it. Okay, so most of her speed and accuracy gear have been leveled, so we will leave those for now. But let's say a stun 8 now, definitely not. Okay, curing, everything will have to go. Cruel and immortal are really are abundant uh, gear sets, just like resilience and perception. So be very, very aggressive with those. Even if Stone Skin, Supersonic, any of the new gear that you haven't put any silver in it, just let it go. Sell them. Okay? For someone, let's say that's 8 months active, I would say even sell epics and legendary. But unfortunately, Holly has not been active lately, and so he's missing a lot of the good gear that has been around. Okay, so then there's a very small trick to do. Remember that, sorry, remember that in this game, up till about 2 years, speed is key. Speed is the masterpiece. It's everything you need. That's definitely the most important stuff that you need. That's why I would recommend just upgrading your speed as much as you can. And there's a very tricky and easy way to do that by using RSL Helper. So many of you, most of you, all of you may know about RSL Helper, which is a tool, a legal authorized tool by Plarium that we can use. It helps us in playing auto battles, tracking our shards, but there's also other niche usages of it too. First, let me, as you know, when you first time you run RSL Helper, you just have to play it a bit, play just one match, so that it becomes synced. So we'll be syncing it. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, okay. Now we can just exit the battle. So RSL Helper is synced. So this is a great tool. You just open your inventory, and here there's also the inventory tab. You can see all your gear here, and there's ton of options on the left side. So we'll choose rank 6 gear with substat, with a speed substat. Okay, but we want the lower ones. So let's see, anything lower than 4, level 4. So it gives us some options. So see, we have a speed helmet or headgear, headpiece with a speed 6 substat. That's great. Also crit damage. I wouldn't choose boots with speed substat for now. So let's just choose this one. And I would tell it to upgrade for me to level 4. I can just push play. And I see here it does it automatically for me. Okay. Choose it. Once this one is done, choose another one. Looks at it, upgrades it. So let's not prolong it. I would stop it here. And we will clear the queue. Now I would go to the second level. I would say choose any gear with 1 roll in speed. You see here I have the speed, the substat. So I'll choose 1 roll. And anything that's below, because usually 1 roll means it's 4 and above. So anything that's below 8. So I have a couple of gear like that. So we can choose some of them. And I would say upgrade to 8 this time. So now, once I push it, we'll upgrade them to 8. So let's see if we get it. Great. 2 rolls in speed. And it's a legendary. It has crit damage and accuracy. It's a great shield. Okay. Now the second piece, it also has a, let's see if it also rolls speed. Great, another roll in speed. So let's stop there. And let's look at the, let's look at the third level. I'll go to 2 rolls in speed. Anything below level 12. But be careful, usually this is only this will only be epics, legendaries, and mythicals. So you wouldn't have any, you didn't need to upgrade any rare piece with a 2 rolling substat to hope to get another speed substat. Fortunately, that's how it is. Because in rare has 2 basic substats, and it can be upgraded twice up to level 8, but in level 12 and 16 it gets an additional substat instead of getting another roll in the substats. So we have had some great pieces with 2 rolls in speed. So let's choose these ones, and I'll say upgrade them to 12. Okay. So let's hope we'll get good things. Fingers crossed. Great, great. 3 rolls in speed, guys. 3 rolls in speed. Now I'm not doing anything. It's just slow. The program will just select and the next gear, the next piece, and will try to roll it up to 12. Wow. Wow, we are on a roll today. We are on a roll. Okay, so let's stop it here. Last but not least, I would do this again, but I would look for 3 rolls in speed. Okay, so we have, and we won't be choosing epics. What happened to? But whatever is lower than 16. So these are the 2 pieces that we upgraded them right now. So we will upgrade these to 16. Fingers crossed, we get at least one of these, 4 rolls in one of these. Whoa! Come on. That's amazing. I don't think it's my luck, it's you guys. Okay. Okay, second one. Okay, it was not HP, but still, that's really good piece. 3 speed. Okay, so we can stop this right here. The first time you do this, the first time after your, let's say, after your first gear cleanse, you would have, let's say, about 100, 150 for the first level, then it would come out to, let's say, about 50 to the second, then it was about 20, maybe a couple of gear you would have, that would be 4 rolls in speed, if you are lucky. But still, this would add tons of speed to your account. Tons. And speed is key. So this is my advice, my recommendation for you guys to do in your first Regear event, or maybe the upcoming ones, if you haven't done this. So I did this about 2 weeks last week, when we had the free Regear event, guys. So I tried I did this for the entire account. Yeah, Amy, it's not me. It's not my luck. It's you guys. So we were lucky to get a really great Hydra team together, which I think, if I'm not remembering correctly, we did about 80 million on brutal, and so these were the champs that we used. So Necmo is the main speeder. We have a 304 Necmo. That's not very great, but it could be improved. Unfortunately, Holly hadn't had the time to, or the energy. Most of us don't want to do any live arena. That's why area bonuses is really really low. We only have 4 speed in Hydra, but let's say about level 9 or 8, it's up to 14, 16, 18 speed, which is really great. Our main provoker, which a lot of you guys wanted to talk about, is Physics. Physics is my favorite champion, no doubt about it. She was the first one that enabled my hard and then brutal Hydra. And what she does, first, she has a 100% provoke. This locks down Head of Decay completely. She's void, so it works on every affinity. She also has an AoE, decreased speed, and ally protection. She is just amazing. Don't forget, guys, uh, that she has a really great A1. Two times each hit 80% book to 100% of decreasing uh, enemy turn meter by 15. That's 30%. So you can even use physics in Dark Fae, in dungeons, in Doom Tower, Sopranos, definitely. So how I would build physics for Hydra, she definitely needs huge speed. So a normal physics alone would need about 315 speed to be guaranteed every time. Uh, so she can circle through her skills for Hydra hard, and over 325 speed for brutal. But here, since we have Necmo has a great speed aura lead, and also increased speed and turn meter boost. So we make do. The second thing is to look at is here her accuracy. For Hydra, I think it's 265 for hard and 285 for brutal. You guys will ask, how do I look at that? And that's where we look at it. Hell Hades, shout out to Hell Hades. They are doing great job. And there's something. Let's go from the beginning. So this is a site where you can get information about basically anything in Rich Legends. You can get a champion tier list, tons of information, and there are some great tools. So we go to stage tool. We'll choose Hydra. I think we're in rotation 5. The accuracy and speed doesn't change, only the affinities. So the accuracy that we need, basically the highest is Head of Suffering, is 280 plus 285 if Head of Suffering is alive. So 285 is the highest accuracy that we need. For brutal, hard would be 215. That's really low. Not I expected much higher. So that's great. So as we said, basically make sure she gets the speed, the accuracy. Sorry. So my second or my the basic damage dealer of this team is Artak. He's built in a high accuracy because that's the accuracy that's also needed in Ice Golem. But our speed is not that great. We could improve that. I would say build Artak in great accuracy and also at least 280, 270 speed for brutal. It's good to have survivability on Artak, but especially I would focus on defense too. Why? Because he increases his defense with his passive. The crit damage, and defense. When his HP is destroyed, which is by when HP burn is activated. So when HP burn is activated, he damages his high his HP simply. max HP, but with placing it, he receives it. He so heals basically heals his destroy max HP back. That's third. And so we need to deal with Head of Torment. That's the hardest thing to do because you either need Shamael, which most of us either don't have or we can't build, or you'd have to go for Duchess. Where are you, Duchess? This is Duchess. So this is Duchess for Hydra. We need here in really high speed, 281, and survivability, almost 80k HP, 3200 defense. Sorry. We also have Michinaki, which is great for the hex. Sorry, this one. Hex and removal of debuff. And the last but not least is the only epic champion is this in this team, but she, the old lady, is really important. Why can't I find you? There's you. Yeah, Ugo. Ugo is really great, guys. Not just because of her A2, which is key, because you have two very bothersome heads. One is the head of poison, I think, where where you get the poison cloud for 2 turns, where you almost cannot place any debuffs, and no, all your hits, all your hits are weak hits. That means you cannot you cannot place any debuff or do anything to affect them, and you cannot crit damage them, crit hit them. That means basically your team is dead. But remember, there is two very important things that goes through Poison Cloud, and those are Artax specialties. First, Artax A1, which is something most of us forget, is HP burn duration increase. This goes through Poison Cloud. If they have Poison Cloud, but they have had HP burn placed on them before the Poison Cloud, Artak hits them with A1 and has a chance to increase the duration. Same thing with HP burn activation. Artak hits them, they have already HP burn, even though they have Poison Cloud, this explodes them. So back to Ugo. Another bothersome head is Head of Mischief. Steals your buff from the champion with the highest buff. First, second, has a skill to distribute all those buffs to everyone else, and that's horrible, especially if when it steals your block buffs from placed by either Duchess or your Python. So that's basically the team that we have built, and fortunately, full auto, it can do about 80 million on brutal, with some manual targeting heads, the devouring heads, and the head with the head of decay protection. I think egg of decay, something like that. You could reach, Holly could reach 90 million. I also rebuilt a great team for Doom Tower. He told me that he hasn't finished Doom Tower at all, and I was pissed. So this is the team that we have built for Doom Tower. We have Seer, buffed explosion, and then Dracomorph, decrease defense and weaken. Duchess and UDK provide some protection and lots of buffs, and Kymar is the key. So let me just show you an example of what this team does. Okay, Kymar sleeps, one group of buff, decrease defense weaken, some more buffs, and everyone dead. Kymar comes in, resets, some buffs. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. But still, they're very dead. Unfortunately, for the third wave, for the third round, it takes a couple of seconds longer because Kymer's cooldown is really long. I think it's 5 or 6. Hey, Paranoid. Great to have you here. Yeah, holding is a hoarder. I agree. I agree with that. I completely agree. Sorry. Let's buy these. So, what else do we talk about? So, there was we were asked to talk about Artak, Wukong, Rathalos, and Husk. So we talk about Artak. Wukong is really, let's say, tricky to build because it depends on where you want to build it and what do you want out of it. So an arena Wukong is really different from a Hydra Wukong. So if I want to build a Hydra Wukong, I would build him like this. So we have high accuracy, some speed, crit, a bit of attack, a bit of crit damage. So this is for Hydra. But if I wanted to build it for Arena, I would completely go into damage. There's one small problem for Wukongs in Hydra, and that's Wukong's great damage potential comes from his A2, and that's if he kills the initial target, the damage, the remaining damage goes on to the others, and it can crit again, just like Ronda. But in Hydra, even if you remove, let's say, decapitate a head, that doesn't count as killing. So that's a problem. But as I mentioned, if you want to build Wukong for Hydra, I would say high accuracy, high speed, a bit of damage potential. Why? Because he can do 2 jobs at once. He can remove, like Michinaki, and he blocks buffs like Ugo. I'm not saying he does everything like them, but he can, if you need these 2 points, and maybe you have, let's say, someone else who places your hexes, a Mithrala, then your archer. And if you use, let's say, Lydia to place your weaken and decrease defense, maybe you can replace Ugo with Wukong. Husk, say if we have Husk built. So to be honest, I tried Husk for Nightmare for Brutal Hydra, and unfortunately was not successful. He doesn't do as much damage as Artag. Even I had him about in 5k damage, about 280 crit damage. So 5k attack, 280, sorry, 50k HP and 280 crit damage, but still the damage was not that great. We scored about 16 million. I think Artak does a really, really much better job. So if I had Artak, and also what's good about it, Husk, he has a bit small bit potential of provoke on his A1. That's 20, 30, 40%. That's good about him. But still, Husk is, I wouldn't replace him with Artek. So what blessing would you recommend for Ugo for Hydra? Oh, for someone who got themselves a 6-star. Okay, so let's look at Ugo. Let's not look at it for. So I would say it's between two things. Ugo has a great potential for healing, so that's her second great asset. So in, besides decreased defense and block buff, she also has a great heal and remove debuff on her A3, which is a good counter to Head of Torment, sorry. So I would say emergency heal is good, so she can keep herself alive and keep others alive. Cruelty is really good because in 6-star you decrease their defense up to 20%. That's 20% defense decrease on